Доброго дня.
Good day, everyone. And now it is a traditional briefing of the APU for issues of ATO, Anatoly Motuzyanyk. Good day, everyone. And today our briefing is started with professional congratulations. So we want to greet all the tank operators, and and now we continue with the actions in the ATO zone. The ceasefire continues in the ATO area. During the last 24 hours, 3 incidents of ceasefire violations from the militants were observed. In Lugansk area, subversive reconnaissance group tried to attack our stronghold near Caesar village. Due to the actions of our servicemen, the attack was stopped. The ATO forces, there was no losses among ATO forces. In the Donetsk area, the militants showed only minor activity in the north of Gorlivka. In the evening, the militants used small arms twice in the region of Travneva and Zaitsevo. No other provocations in the Donetsk and Lugansk areas were observed. Ceasefire continues in Mariupol area. During the last 24 hours, in the result of military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed and 1 serviceman was injured. It happened near Mariinka. He got in a wire trap and was injured. And now there's no danger to his life. Ukrainian tank operators were greeted by the Minister of Defense. During his visit to the ATO zone, he met with the tank unit's personnel, and they discussed pressing issues with them. So it turned out that our brave warriors were more interested in current political situation in Ukraine and in the world, even more than their personal matters. All servicemen have high combat spirit and were ready to defend Ukraine. For self-dedication and stamina, the defense minister awarded the 50 servicemen of the 1st Detached Tank Brigade and 17th Detached Tank Brigade with the medals, and Ukrainian border guard.
Ukrainian border guards detained one of the violators of the border near the village Milove, Lugansk region. The border guards actually detained 2 Russian citizens who illegally crossed the border of Ukraine. One of them turned out to be a serviceman on the Armed Forces of Russian Federation. The SBU is now taking care of investigation into that matter. One more member of the gang formations, or the so-called LPR, actually defected from those illegal formations and came back home within the framework of SBU program for the volunteer return of the militants. Since the end of 2014, this person has been driver in one of the gang formations, where he actually delivered the militants and their military equipment to the front line of the plant in the Lugansk region. This is the video regarding his confession. I heard that in Ukraine there is such a program, SBU program, for the volunteer, those who volunteer to leave the bank formations. I make use of this program. I return home. Everything's normal. Everything's quiet. I understood that nobody needs that there, and they just use us, the Russian officers, but we are not needed there. Nobody needs us, nowhere. The military ground Cherokee Land in the Kalab region. They are through with the military exercise. They were engaged in the true to life shooting. Also, they shoot at the targets. I'm talking about the artillery guys, tank operators, and infantry guys. They used in this exercise the multi-rocket launchers, the self-propelled artillery vehicles, assault aviation, helicopters, Mi-8, Mi-24. Also, they actually carried out the exercise during the dark hours of the day and during the night. The non-mobilized paratroopers returned to Chernigov. The servicemen of the detached motorized battalion were engaged in the heavy fighting since November 2014, when actually practically completely formed the detachment, which was formed almost completely from mobilized fighters, were actually quickly acquired a big reputation as one of the best in the Donetsk area. They were one among the last leaving the Donetsk airport. Now they returned home, and they were welcomed by their near and dear, their friends, volunteers, and representatives of the public organizations, NGOs, and the public bodies. In the Lugansk area is revealed or found the hideout with machine guns and the explosives. This arsenal was seized in the area of at the premise of the former school of the village of Budkivka, Starobelsky district, Lugansk area. They seized 4 submachine guns and 4 hand machine guns of Kalashnikov, 3 submachine guns of Degtярov, and the TNT explosives. This exhausts my information at this point of time. Should you have any questions or clarification to make, you are most welcome. Are there any questions or clarifications? If none, thank you very much, Colonel. Thank you, and see you again. Next briefing of the Speaker of the President of Ukraine will be staged tomorrow at 12:30 sharp. Thank you.